Hello, in this video I will be showing how to make a portable grid for D&D which you can carry around. I'll show you how. Carry around and fold around, and for an example put into a briefcase like so, where you can put all of your other stuff for D&D. In this case I got character sheets over here. I like to separate things with compartments inside, either a piece of paper in between them, or in this case a bag. I find bags very useful at times. And put your minis in there, whatever you want to put in there. I don't have one, I don't have a few right there, but yeah, minis, pencils, some extra sheets of paper, whatever you might want to put in there, it doesn't matter. And you're going to be doing this. If you have a briefcase, it's a simple briefcase, it's an old briefcase I had for a while, and you get all of your stuff for D&D along with the dice inside and everything else, and you can just open it, and there you have the grid, and you can take the grid out and assemble it. You can do this, you can do a smaller grid, you can just go outside, like find a few benches somewhere to play D&D with and put all your minis on top and play around. I think I have a few over here that I used for comparison. There they are. There they are. There you go. You can just put your minis in there, play around. You will have to do this as well. There we go. Very quickly, very quickly. Well, the camera is a little iffy at this time, but where is it? There we go. Just very quickly disassemble it. I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'm gonna show you how to make this grid from scratch. Essentially, you'll be able to do it in a couple of hours. Create this in a couple of hours, and you'll be able to use it for a very long time, hopefully. And it's pretty big, so you can always put a lot of stuff on it. This is, I haven't calculated exactly how many squares it is after I trimmed it, because I trimmed it on purpose so I can be able to show it in this briefcase. But the TLDR is that you'll be able to do this very quickly if you have the materials in less than a couple of hours. But I'm gonna say a couple of hours because it takes time for the glue to dry. Alright, so what do you need? Well, you need glue. I'm using C200, and I find this to be a fucking miracle material. I also need duct tape. This is not necessary. This is not necessary, but I like to have a little bit of duct tape so that just for strengthening the edges and here the folds. This way I know that nothing's gonna rip. Even after 1,000 folds, nothing's gonna give way. You need flat pieces of wood, such as from ice cream cones. But I bought these from what was it called? The place where they sell fucking small hobby things, and what were they called? I keep forgetting what it's called. So books and stuff, you can go print stuff there. English is not my first language. Anyway, it's knjižarnica in my language. I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember exactly what it's called. And you just need a few of these. You need the glue, and that's all you need, except for this thing. So what is this? Well, this is this. This is one of these. It's a thicker piece of paper, essentially, and it's black in color in this case, but you can get it in any color from the same place I got these things. The store. I look it up. I'll have the name in the description. Names for everything in the description. Alright, so this is it. This is what you need. Then what I did was I took a Sharpie, essentially, and this line right here, and I marked 2.2 centimeters. Every 2.2 centimeters I made a mark, and then I put it like that, and did the same thing on this side and every side, and I just connected the lines. That's all I did. I just connected the lines. Once I did with the Sharpie, or pen, pencil, depending. Like if this was white paper, you could just do it with like a pencil or a pen. Doesn't really matter that much. Once I did that, just a moment. Right, so once I did that, also I think I bought it from the equivalent of a bookstore. I just checked, and I think that's the closest name for it. Anyway, like the pen and paper store. Right. Once I did that, turn it around, the place where I haven't created lines. And this will take you about a couple of hours, like I said, including the drying process. Now these things right here, this is just me saving time. I had these laying around, so these are for laser cutouts that you can like pop out and make little chairs and stuff. Just a sec. Alright, yeah, I found it. These are the laser cutouts for which you put together stuff like this. If you can see well. The laser cutout chairs and something like that. Right. Okay. And stuff like this. It's not important. All you need is these things. Fucking ice cream handles. And this is just me saving time. What I did was I took the leftovers from the laser printouts. I placed paper on them applying with a brush. Although I didn't have a good brush at the time, so small brush, so I used a piece of paper to smear the glue on them. It's not rocket science. You just gotta improvise when you don't have things. Just do it, and it's not that big a deal. Anyway, I did so and put the paper on top of the actual laser cutout flats and let it dry, and then put a bit of glue on the actual paper itself on the other side once it was dry. I waited on the other day because I went to sleep, woke up. You don't have to wait that long. It takes like half an hour for C200. It's called in my country. I don't know what this is in yours. Just like hobby store glue. Now, this is the gist of it. So here are some of the details on how to do it without fucking up. Alright, when you apply the glue on the actual sticks, or if you have some of these things or something similar, what you do is you want to apply it evenly and in a thin layer. You don't want to just smear a huge line on it and just smack it down like that, because this fucking glue has water in it, and this specifically. And most glues are, they soak through paper and wood, but paper. And when you do, the paper wrinkles up. And when it wrinkles up, it often tends to stay wrinkled up. And even a little bit of wrinkling is very unpleasant. Now, you can see it here a little bit, where I saw it happening. And I corrected it with a dryer, and it's not as bad. But like I pressed down, corrected with my hand with the dryer, and this is a thicker piece of paper. This is this isn't like a simple paper, I suppose. It's not the simplest, and it's a bit thicker, and so it wasn't as bad. But you can still, when I run my hand, and when you look at it at a certain angle, it's hard to see here, but you can still see the uneven parts. Whereas this one right here doesn't have them, because I didn't put too much glue on it. I saw my mistake and I immediately corrected it for the other sides, as I did sides one by one. Now, you put a little bit of it, the glue on it. You don't need to put a lot, and you just smack it down and push it down like so. Stick it for a moment. And what I like to do is I have a cup right here, and very nice cup, by the way. Shame what GW did, but it is what it is. I already bought it before that. And just put it down. And do the other one. Put a little bit of glue. Yeah? And you put another cup on it. There you go. And then you take this one and put it here. Like for the third one that you're gonna make, you put it down right there and put it like that. Now, it doesn't take long for the glue to soak through the paper, like I said, and lose a lot of its moisture, therefore dry up relatively quickly. So they're not going to be sticky enough to the point where you can just grab them and lift, and you can do stuff like this. Wait, you can do, if I can just, Yeah, you won't be able to do that. It's gonna come off, but if you lift it a little bit, it's not gonna come off easily to the point where you can just move on to the next side. Right, so what I did was, the first thing I needed to do, actually, the first thing you need to do is, if you're carrying this stuff in a briefcase like this, is you need to first cut out, once you've done these lines, or even before that, I should have said this earlier, but once you've done so, you need to cut out the right size, so that when you fold it, or if you're gonna just carry it by hand, it doesn't matter, I suppose, but when you fold it, you can just put it in wherever you want to put it in. And in this case, this is the size that I went through. You can see that this is a little bit bigger than this, because I've cut it out to the right size. Okay, lastly, this thing, don't apply a lot of glue. Apply a thin layer of glue. You don't need to smear it down. Just a thin layer of glue is enough. If it's a little sticky, that's more than sticky enough. It's paper, for fuck's sake. You just slap it down and you'll be fine. I'm repeating myself somewhat here, but this is essentially the gist of it. As for this part right here, I just pull out lines from this duct tape, like so. You don't need to use particularly this kind of duct tape, but I like these types of duct tapes a lot. And you just take the lines and put them down, press them down firmly enough, first towards the center, then towards the sides, to make sure the center has got good hook on it, otherwise when you bend it's going to just pull up. And last thing I can think of is, like here I just broke a few parts so that there is even pressure, so that there is no uneventy, so that there is no gaps when you turn it around. So last thing I can think of is, try to put these sticks or anything similar that you have to be relatively the same height. It's gonna help you a lot. And try to make it so that one stick covers about like the edge of one square, as you can see right here. See how I've ordered them? This way, when you put anything heavier down, it won't collapse very easily, therefore it's gonna keep it solid. And this is about the spacing that you need. And what this does is, it's light, but it's pleasantly heavy. It's both light and pleasantly heavy. It's really good. And it's very stable. And you don't have to worry about any of the edges breaking off because of the glue, because of the duct tape, keeping it all together. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I made this video longer than it needs to be, but that's it. Now, if you want me to show you physically how to make this, like step by step, and how much glue I can apply, well, I don't know if this video gets any interest. I don't know. I'm making it mostly for my friends, for those that might want to be interested. But if anyone wants me to physically do it, I guess I'll just show it, because I gotta make another one anyway. Fuck it, maybe I'll just make the video anyway. Well, good luck, have fun. May all your rolls kick ass. All that good stuff.